Hey guys, I'm Patrick, and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I will be talking about a very unlikely influencer of weather and climate, volcanoes. Now, before we get into the video, I would appreciate if you would like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for future content. Now let's get right into it. Now, when you think of a volcano, what comes to mind? Probably lava, and maybe even those ash clouds that rise out of the volcanic crater. But what if I told you that in very big eruptions, those ash clouds can actually affect the weather on a global scale? But before we go global, we should take a look at what happens on a more local level. When these ash clouds rise high into the atmosphere, they spread out across the land. Eventually, the ash falls to the ground in a snow-like way, accumulating on the ground. This happened during the Mount St. Helens eruption in 1980, when black skies during the middle of the day and ash 6 to 7 inches deep was reported as far away as Spokane, Washington, nearly 250 miles away. And a much larger eruption, such as Yellowstone, a dusting of ash can fall as far as the East Coast. Of course, this ash isn't a good thing, since it is much denser than snow. It has the potential to cause buildings to collapse if it's in large enough quantities, and that is far from the only problem that it can cause. Now, before we understand how a volcano can affect the global weather, we need to understand a metric called the Volcanic Explosivity Index, or VEI. The scale goes from 0 to 8, with 0 being volcanoes like Kilauea in Hawaii, and 8 being volcanoes like Yellowstone. Anything that is a 6 or above is called a supervolcanic eruption. In the last 200 years, there have been 2 main instances of supervolcanoes affecting the global weather. The first was Pinatubo in 1992. At a VEI 6, it was the largest eruption of the 20th century, and the resulting ash cloud dimmed the sun worldwide, causing the average temperature for 1993 to be about 1.2 degrees Fahrenheit, or 0.7 degrees Celsius, cooler than it was for 1992, and the cooling effects lasted for 3 years after the eruption. The second major example was Tambora in 1815, and you probably heard about it in the form of a year without a summer. And in 1816, the temperature drops were so extreme. Snow was reported in the northeastern U.S. in June. Frosts were reported in August, and a devastating monsoon season in India fueled a cholera outbreak. The direct death toll due to Tambora was estimated at around 92,000. But the year without a summer, since it was an indirect effect of the eruption, probably made those death tolls way higher. So, that concludes my video about volcanoes and weather. As always, I would appreciate if you would like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for future content. Thanks and have a great day.